Good morning. It is August the 5th, I believe. About 7 something in the morning. And while the weather is humid, it is still low temperature and tolerable, especially working out here in the shade in my flower garden. What I did this morning was I put stakes in the ground around this one bed, and I put up some netting, some flower netting. I have a lot of questions about this. I've never done this before. I kind of stretched it around. I don't think the sides are necessary, but I had the extra, so I just kind of tied them up. I am not so convinced that this netting will hold sunflowers when they get to be that big. So the stalks are heavy. Even cosmos, the stalks get really thick and really heavy. And this netting, to me, feels very flimsy and movable. And I suppose it's as strong as my stakes, which I hammered them in not very well. When Moody comes home tonight, I'll get him to hammer them harder into the ground for me. And they probably don't have to be that high, but that's what I had, and that's what I used. So anyway, I've done that. You see, I have some zinnias, some cosmos growing in there, and a few weeds. A lot of volunteer cosmos growing that fell. A lot of volunteer all around. I'm going to pull up. Trying to tidy up the garden. I'm tired of the chaos. And realize I'm not a chaos gardener. I don't like the wildness of the vegetables. I like a nice groomed garden. So I'm going to figure this out so that this fall it is much better groomed. Like these flowers laying over just drive me crazy. But all I know to do, like I took one stake and hammered it in just a minute ago. Right there's the height of it there. And I'm going to tie these other flowers up to it, which then makes them look a little smushed. They'll spread out, I think. I did that yesterday, I think, or day before yesterday on those. And there that I did a major cut of everything. So now what's growing is growing up straight. So I want to keep them. I just have to figure out how to keep them well. I had one thought today. You know how you see the little 2-foot picket fences? I wonder if I couldn't create a type of like a 2-foot fence along the outside edges. Have to be in the ground, really secure, but maybe even a 3 foot might be too tall. But just a fencing around the edge so that it grows in. Side of that, these on the outside would lean on the fence and not fall out, and then that would help hold everything in the middle together too, so they kind of self-support. I don't know. I'm going to have to really do some research on zinnia staking. I'm not the only one who has dealt with this. The one source I saw talked about just general flower staking. This method. And I'm going to try it because I've got some cosmos, but I do have some more zinnia seeds I'm going to pop in. And I don't like to pop them real heavy. We have such high humidity that it causes problems when they're really thick. This year I haven't done them very thick, and I'm happy with that. I feel better. I mean, we still got sickness and black and a little powdery mildew, but not as much as what it could be. So anyway, that's my dilemma right now, and we're going to see. I did some cleanup yesterday out here. May not look it, but I did. I tidied up, cut back a lot of the leaves off my cucumbers. I so much just want to just be done with them, but at the same time, it would just be a barren trellis. So I'm just kind of trying to groom, and I'm still getting some cucumbers. Like there's one right there this morning hanging up. Looks like it's ready for picking. And there's another one tucked in there. You can see it right in there. So I'm getting some cucumbers. My black-eyed Susan vine is growing great with no flowers though. I'm like, where are my flowers? Maybe they'll get here eventually. Maybe I planted it too late. I don't know. We'll see. I took out my great big cherry tomato plant over there. It was laying over. It produced like crazy, but I just couldn't deal with it. The messiness. Took out my San Marzano right here because it was not producing, and everything it does produce rots so quickly. Just the plant just wasn't very healthy, and I'm sure it's my fault, not fertilizing, whatever. I put some fresh compost around this one yesterday. I need to sprinkle in some fertilizer. It still looks good once I groomed it up. It looks really good. Next year, this may not be vegetables. It might just be all flowers, and I'm going to maybe change out some flowers. Anyway, that's it. That's what's going on my garden. Hope everyone enjoys their day and has beautiful things to look at.